Hey traders, John Howell here. We're going to do a bit of a market update today across all the markets. Plus also I want to share with you a bit of a gift from me to you. I want to share with you one stock that I believe over the next 12 months to maybe even 15, 16 months could make an over 100% move in the stock. And that could equate to thousands of percent return using options. So I'm going to share with you exactly what the setup is and a bit of a gift from me to you. I hope you guys enjoy that. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, before I do start, I'm actually giving away free access to my complete brand new trading course. It goes from, it's about 8 videos long, plus there's a bonus other few videos in there as well too. It's about 10 hours long. I'm just doing it just to help you guys out. There is no catch. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link in the description there, just go over there, johns, Johns, freegift.com, put your name and email address in, and start to utilize that free training. You don't have to buy anything from anything like that. You can just get access to the course, and that's going to give you a good start of what to do moving forward in the markets. So go do that right now, guys. Johns, Johns, freegift.com. Moving over now, let's actually start with the good old indices, and then we will move forward into silver and gold, and then I'll get into that one stock that I believe is like going to make some massive, just explosive moves coming. And so if we look at Nasdaq right now, Nasdaq had a bit of a down day. You can see this is actually a bit of an outside day. Now an outside day, if you guys don't know what that is, an outside day is this, where the market, just say this was the high and this was the low of yesterday's low. Well, an outside day is more like outside it, where it was high, the high was higher than yesterday and the low was lower than yesterday. Now what does that mean? It just means indecision, and as you can see, it's going sideways. We're not going up, where the market's making higher highs and higher lows on the bars, or we're not going down, where the market's making lower lows and lower highs on the bars. So it's a bit of an indecision day when it comes to the Nasdaq. Looking at this sort of, candlestick pattern here, outside day. But looking at this here, guys, we can see that we've now had a very nice move up. So even if we got a little bit of a pullback like this, I would not be too surprised to start to see something like that. Moving forward in the Nasdaq. Same for the SP500. You can start to see we had a very, very nice move up so far. So a little bit of a pullback would actually be welcomed. And what I do see is that there's a little bit of, if we do get a little bit of a pullback out of the markets, then we can see, look at the moving averages. We're starting to fan out. We've got this fanning out. See the fanning? These moving averages, they're like what we call momentum moving averages. And simply fact is that if we've got moving averages sort of flattening through here, that the momentum is flat. And then if the momentum / trend is flat, and if the moving averages are starting to point up, that means we have a good strong trend. So that gives us a high probability. Even if we do get something like that, then we're probably likely to do something like this and then continue up moving forward through the rest of the year. Plus, we have massive foundations of not just a fire underneath these markets, but we have an absolute bomb fire underneath these markets. And that's the same for the Dow Jones as well. Move over now through to gold. What happened with gold today? Pretty much a nothing day with gold, or silver. Pretty much a nothing day with silver. Still just hovering around. It's a bit of a do or die situation. We can see my blue moving average, which is my 52 moving average. Now people say, is that a 52-day moving average or a 52-week moving average? Guys, whatever chart you're looking at, it's that moving average. So if I have a 52 moving average right now, and I'm looking at a day chart, well, it's a 52-day moving average. If I suddenly go to a week chart, now this is a 52-week moving average. So the moving average is whatever time frame you're looking at. If I'm looking at a 15-minute chart, well, guess what? My blue moving average, 52 moving average, is now 52 moving average on the 15-minute chart. So I hope that makes sense through there. Some people get confused about that. Is it a 52-day or 52-week? Whatever time frame you're looking at, the moving average is automatically calculating it for you. Now moving over now through to gold as well too. And gold is, oh, actually, if I go to my silver again, just you can see here with silver that when we get around the moving average, this blue moving average, you can see how we're getting a lot of sort of lot of sort of hesitation, a lot of hesitation. So if we do get back above here, above the moving average, we should see a very nice move coming in silver. Move over now through to gold, and gold is right at that moving average. You can see in the past we've actually had a lot of knocking on the door, knock, knocking on the door. And then the market's made a move down, move sideways, and now look at here, we're knocking on the door with the moving average as well too. So if we can start to get a nice break up, not only will it break above the moving average, which is that sort of resistance level, but if I bring up my trend lines, you'll be able to see that these trend lines are also the double bottom and double top. If I bring up just a blank chart here, you'll be able to see now this is the double bottom here. So if we break this neckline here on the double bottom, then we can start to see this very nice move to the upside, as well as the moving average breaking. So I hope that helps you out there, guys. I hope that makes sense through there. Now, let's get into the bit of a gift for you, and let's go have a look at the one stock that I believe is set to make some enormous move. But before I do say that, guys, there's no guarantees of this happening. So if you end up trading this based on a YouTube video, you're a moron. And I don't know why you would do that, because there's no guarantees in it working out. But if you trade, no matter whether it's a YouTube video or your own system, you should be having low risk at every single time. That's if you want to become part of the markets. 90% of you bumblebees are not going to listen to that. 10% will. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to bring up a logarithmic chart. So if I go to my chart properties, and I go to my scaling, you can see I'm on a logarithmic chart, not a arithmetic. We have a logarithmic chart. And so we're going to be looking at that. And what I want you to do is I want you to bring back just a white background, no lines. Let's remove the lines. See, there's lines here that I know a lot of you guys have got. And you've got your grid lines happening through there. And you've got your code happening through here. And you can't even see the charts. Remove the grid lines. Like so. Your chart should look like that. White background with just black open highlight closed bars. Well, that's what works for me anyway. So what we're looking at here is this. Is that a lot of the times you'll see in the markets, and by the way, it's not in gold, but a lot of the times you'll see in the markets where the market does nothing for a long time, and then suddenly you start to see a massive move up. Why is that? Well, if you understand the markets, it's based on energy building and energy releasing. If we've had a move up from here to here, this is using energy because it's actually moving in a direction. Think about a boat, right? Think about a boat. If the boat's moving upstream, guess what? We're using a lot of fuel, aren't we? Using a lot of fuel here. But then suddenly the boat stops and it anchors. How do you draw an anchor? Oh, I don't know. That looks like a devil. That's supposed to be an anchor anyway. It anchors out, and guess what? It just sits still. It just sits still. Guess what? Is it using energy? No, it's probably just relaxing. The engines get a bit of a break. They may even refuel here, put some fuel in the boat here, and maybe after a bit of time they get ready. And guess what? Now they fuel it up. Now they can go for another run again. Makes sense? So this is not set in stone, but this happens so many times. And it's one of the most powerful things that I love trading the markets, because it just gives me such a massive high probability of what's likely to come. In fact, I'm actually in a few trades right now based on that one pattern. So if we have a look at let's have a look at NFLX. We're going to look at Netflix. Now, if I squeeze my Netflix chart up, remember this is on a weekly chart now we're looking here, guys. Look what's happening here. On an initial basis, see how we're getting this sideways movement. Now that doesn't look like a long time, but if we're going from the start to the finish, that's roughly about 9 months of sideways movement, especially Netflix. So 9 months of sideways movement. We had a move up, and now we're just holding this resistance level here. You can see how this sort of 580 to 560 resistance level is indeed holding it, right? So once again, remember I said before that this part through here is when the market's using energy. Then now we're building a lot of energy through here. So when we break up like that, we should be getting ready to go for another something similar to that. No guarantees, because we could just get that. If you're looking for guarantees, you're in the wrong market. But it's all about probability. But the good thing about the probability of this is that your risk to reward could be massive. If this trade does work out, it could be thousands of % return on your trade, and maybe a 50% risk, or maybe even 100% risk on your option. That's the thing, right? If you had 5% of your account on there, it could be a 50 or even 100% growth on your account by taking 5% risk. He's like, how's that work, John? Well, if you only put 5% buying options, not selling options, but buying options, you've only put 5% of the market. But if the market goes up 1,000% return, guess what? Your account is now at 50,000. Oh, 50. Your account now is up 50% return. If it goes up 2,000% return over the course of, say, 12 months, guess what? Now your account is up 100%. So that's how you do so well at a trading, right? You may have a $100,000 trading account and you may only put in $5,000, and that's your absolute maximum risks there, is you can't lose any more. But if the trade does work out, then you can get the returns. So if I squeeze my charts up, and you can see, look what we got here. See how we've got this really, really, really nice channel. And what happens to most channels here? Look at this here, right? We have a run up, we hit the bottom of the channel, hits the top of the channel, comes back down, hit the bottom of the channel, hits the top of the channel, comes back down, hits the bottom of the channel, hits the bottom of the channel. Now we're developing this time frame. I wonder if we start to get something like this here, like I just said there, I wonder where we're likely to be ending up. If I squeeze my charts up, right up here somewhere, around the $1,800 to $2,000 mark, maybe. Now, depending on how long it takes, this could be a sort of a 12-month type of trade. So it could be quite big moves. This could be a couple of 100% return on the stock itself, which would be really, really, really nice. So I do see eventually Netflix getting at the top of this trend line here. Why? Because that's all it's done in the past. Now, remember, this is a weekly chart, guys. So it's not likely to go straight up. We're not likely to do something like this. Okay, that's not likely to happen. What's probably likely to happen is we do something like this, where the market breaks out, we go for a bit of a run, we go sideways, break out, bit of a run, and then we do something like that. And this could take 12 months, maybe even 2 years to eventually form to see that. So there we go, guys. There's actually a bit of a gift for you when it comes to Netflix. Do what you want with it, guys. But guys, once again, the Netflix could easily do something like this, and could easily do something like that, and then the pattern didn't confirm, right? What do I need for confirmation? I need a break above the $600 level, and therefore we're now likely to start to see that big move up. Make sense, guys? So I hope this helps you out today, guys. Make sure you go down to johnsfreegift.com, as I'm giving away that free trading course. I'm only doing it for a short time frame, guys. I'm not sure exactly how long I'm going to keep it open for, but I used to charge for this course, but now I'm just giving it away for free. So there should be a link in the description, or you go to johnsfreegift.com. Let me know what you think, guys, about Netflix and also about the other markets. Speak to you soon.